by saying so. And sir told me a couple of minutes back कि आपको 5 minutes है. I'm going to take that extra minutes and possibly talk for 10 minutes. Yes. So what happens is you prepare for this. So I was prepared for 10 minutes. That's the problem. Yes. So possibly from the last time that I visited, sir, please have a seat. It will be much more comfortable. What has changed from the last time that I visited Delhi Public School? It has made a world of a difference. That world has been ended. There was no world, so the world has come into play. Another thing which has changed considerably is थोड़ा वजन बढ़ गया है. School का नहीं मेरा. So I think I put on an additional about 10 kilos from the last time that I visited the school. I think Arishma and Jignesh know about it. So people say that it's possibly a sign of prosperity. That's another matter. But at the same time, it's more like for me, Ghar Aaya Mera Pardesi. It is like Delhi Public School, Delhi World Public School has been a home for me, a second home for me. And from the time that this school has been associated with Rotary, we have felt like it is the entire school is a part of our Rotary Club of Rajkot Midtown. So, without much ado, I'll come to see if you possibly noticed that I've tried to match the colors of DPS. The white and the green. For me, the white, as all of you know, in our tricolour signifies the peace and the truth and the purity. Similarly, the green signifies the growth, the auspiciousness, and that is what we are looking to at people who are coming out through a school. You need all these. We are not talking of the orange here, but all the same, orange has something to do with that also, with the bravery. So I'm not going to go on to that, but I'm going to, being the season of KBC, I'm going to dwell with a few questions here maybe and come to my point accordingly, what I wanted to imply upon here. So I think I'll begin from, I'm going to talk about 4 different people here, and then I'll try to connect them and give a message related to that. So maybe if I've heard myself correctly, the secretary for the environmental thing is Shlok. Is he here? Yeah, Shlok. Can you help me with this one? You are in which standard, which grade? Standard 11. So, no, that's perfectly right. Be comfortable. So, if we know when we talk of green, immediately we think of nature and trees. And what do trees give us? They give us oxygen. And who coined the name oxygen? Oxygen was always there in the world. But there's a scientist who named this. He is also responsible for naming hydrogen for it. He is the person who before, have you heard of the guys in 10th and 11th? You have known about the Mendeleev's table, periodic table? So before Mendeleev made the periodic table, who initiated this tabling of the elements? A guy called Antoine Lavoisier, a French person. Have you heard of this name? So he is responsible for letting you the purpose of oxygen. What does oxygen do? It does combustion, right? You all are students of science, so you know what is combustion, right? So he is the one who did this. He was an excellent chemist. He was an excellent biochemist also. He made chemistry into more of a quantitative thing rather than a qualitative thing. So there are too many attributes which are related to Lavoisier. Importantly, he was a nobleman and he was very, very, very rich in his times. I don't want to mention what all bad things he did because he was guillotined for that. He was killed in the French Revolution by the people who were in power. But at the same time, an important thing which he did was to help the community big time. How did he help the community? He built aqueducts to bring good, pure, clean water to the city of Paris. He worked on the quality of air also. He gave away money from his own accounts which he earned to the community to build up science centers and for the teaching of science. So in spite of being a very good scientist or a chemist, he did a lot of work for the community. So Antoine Lavoisier is our first reference point. The second reference point, I'm going to now catch hold of my Rotarian, so don't worry, I'm not getting back to you. So the Rotarians here, about half a dozen of them. I really need to know, everybody here, even the parents know, and maybe even the children know, that one of the big jobs that Rotary has done worldwide is what? Hareshbhai?
Eradication of polio.
Eradication of polio, wonderful. So polio was eradicated from the world, or rather is being eradicated from the world. India, it is already eradicated way back in 2012. Maybe there are a few cases in Nigeria and a few cases in Afghanistan maybe right now. But at the same time, આપણે ત્યાં જો અમિતાભ બચ્ચન અને ઐશ્વર્યા રાય એમ કહે કે દો બૂંદ જિંદગી કે એ લોકો બે કહે ને એટલે હું ગમે બીજા અત્યારે પણ તો that દો બૂંદ જિંદગી કે are the polio vaccine. આપણે બધાએ જોયું છે, સાંભળ્યું છે, we have all heard of it. So Rotary has been a part of this. So why am I associating this today? That Do Bund Zindagi Ke is the oral polio vaccine. And who was the person who was responsible for making this invention? Person from Poland called Albert Sabin. The first vaccine was an injectable one, which was found out by Jonas Salk. And Jonas Salk made an injectable vaccine from dead viruses. The problem, as you know, is anywhere in developing countries like India and the Asian countries, it is very difficult to get through people to get injections given. And it becomes difficult to do a community-wise vaccination through injectables because people have fears. I mean, આપણે DPT ને બધાનું vaccination કરીએ છે ત્યારે લોકો આઘાત પામે છે because they are injectable ones. So what I'm trying to talk to you is this person Sabin was responsible for producing this vaccine which was oral and it was spread worldwide. Russia, the Asian countries, and of course it came to India. We adopted this, and in India the mass vaccination or immunization for polio has been successful because of this one single person, Albert Sabin. So what community work did he do? Not just producing the vaccine, but in today's world when I'm connected to a medical branch, I know that there are a lot of parameters or a lot of things where all these pharma people, they get into their own things. They sort of protect their rights over that particular vaccine and they sell it at very high prices. New molecules or new medicines which come into the market are being sold at very high prices. So he never had a sort of that this will be owned by me. He sort of gave it away to the world free of cost. Isn't that a big community work? He just allowed people to use it for free. That he didn't charge them anything. Right? So that's huge community work according to me. Otherwise it would not have been available or it would have been available at a very high cost. So Albert Sabin is our second reference point. For the third reference point, I'm going to get to the parents. So can you tell me if I say a person's name is Gongse Boayu, can you relate to that word? Originally an Albanian, born in current North Macedonia and died in the late 80s. And possibly the only person that we know has been conferred the title of a saint in the recent past. Mother Teresa, wonderful sir, wonderful. That's Mother Teresa. Now Mother Teresa, I don't think I really need to describe what she did for the world. Tuberculosis, AIDS, leprosy patients, crippled people, disabled people, hungry people, homeless people, people affected by famines and earthquakes. All of these, she built a home for them. She built a home for people who are going to die in a short while. Kali Mandir ek abandoned hatu Kolkata mein. Not the current one that you know of, but there's a Kali temple which was abandoned. She took it over and named it as the temple or the place or the heart for the crippled and for the dying. Nirmal Hriday. Have you heard of this place? So that is what Mother Teresa was. I don't think really I need to comment upon what community work Mother Teresa did, right? It's all in front of all of us. Right? And that brings me to the fourth person. If I tell that this man has his name in the Guinness Book of Records, obviously it doesn't mean anything. But if I tell that all of us maybe have used his product on a reasonably regular basis, and he has been a sort of an innovator in the sense that he was among the earlier ones to start producing bicycles in India. And then, of course, he was the one who joined with the Honda Corporation and started producing the most popular two-wheeler in India today, Hero Honda. So who am I talking about? Munjal, Om Prakash Munjal. Now Om Prakash Munjal's name is in the Guinness Book of Records for producing multiple number of cycles, the maximum number of cycles per day. Right? So he did bring glory to India, but in spite of all this, he is known for his philanthropic work, for his community work. He donated a lot for the betterment of the schools and hospitals, and he himself built a few schools and hospitals where he used up his hard-earned money. હવે આ ચારેની વાત શા માટે કરી? What is the connecting point? One connecting point which I told you is the community work. In different fields, in different ways, they have sort of impacted the society. Rotary means the same. Rotary says that you unite for the good of the society. That is the theme or the motto, right, Jignesh? So that is what we intend to do. And the interact part. Interact is the school branch of Rotary. So we sort of are here to impress upon the students as well as the parents that if they are inculcated the principles of service, principles to help the society in whatever little way that they can impact, it does count. Small little things here and there. Giving raincoats to children on the roads, or say maybe some poor people, even vendors who are selling fruits and are being affected by the heat or the rain, and you give them umbrellas, or maybe in the cold weather give them blankets. Small little things would be expected out of you, right? But coming back to what connects all these four. 26th of August, birthday of all these four people. So that is how the circle is completed. So if we can learn from all four of this, and yeah, Narendra Bhai, who is your Interact chairman, the fifth one. So you have a living example. I am not talking of people who are in the grave. So let us have a huge round of applause once again for Narendra Bhai. He has been born on a day where all these four giants have been born, and we have a giant in the making here as well. So I guess I just wanted to pass on the message that there are umpteen examples in our world, in our society, that we have people who have done good to the society, and our primary aim of being born on the earth as a human being, when God has sort of classified human being as the best possible organism that He has created, I think it is our moral duty to live up to that expectation, to be possibly the best version of ourselves and try to do the best that we can do. I am not asking for anything great, but at the same time, you as parents have been motivating the children themselves have been doing a fabulous job, and once they are coming up as leaders, I think, as I told you, the onus of responsibility is that much extra. And I am sure you live up to the expectations. All the best to all of you, congratulations, and thank you very much everyone for patient hearing, and especially to Sir for giving me those extra 5 minutes.